Hey everybody, so it is now been about 16 weeks that I've been on my prep, and it wasn't impossible. I don't like saying things weren't hard because sometimes things can be easier for other people than some people. So some people may find it very challenging. What I recommend is that you find something that works for you. If you get a coach or someone that's assisting you in the process, I would highly suggest that you follow your gut. So if there's something you don't like or you don't want to do, unless you're just being difficult, then there might be a reason why that doesn't seem like something you should be doing. And what I mean by that is like any extreme dieting, any can't find the word that I'm looking for, but anything that anything that's questionable, any supplements that are questionable. I mean, I did this completely natural. The only supplement that I took was whey protein, and that was really only on the days where I was having difficulties reaching my protein goal for the day. These last couple of weeks has been very little protein. Most of it has been just whole foods, which to me, that's the way I like to go. If you like creatine, if you like I don't know, pre-workouts and stuff like that, and that works for you, that's great. I don't think that's a problem. I think it's more those like fat burners, the water, whatever, pills, whatever crap they push on people. So just be very mindful of whose advice you're taking and what kind of background and history they have, because just because they've done a competition or they look fit doesn't necessarily mean they have any education, real knowledge on certain topics. I myself, I don't consider myself an expert, but I'm an expert on myself and my body and what works for me. And honestly, what really got me here was following my macros that Avatar Nutrition gave me. And I'll say, like, some days, some weeks might have been easier than others, and some maybe a little more difficult. For you ladies, definitely your period will have some effect on you. What I found for me was maybe like lower fat on weeks or days that my period was going to go, and then that would kind of help balance out the bloat. Bloat is real. Before this, I did not really think that it was real, but it really is. So this is just kind of giving you guys some thoughts. It's not something that's cheap. You do have to put some money into it. You can try to reduce costs here and there, but you have to figure out where would be the best place to not spend so much money. For me, it was not having a coach. Now, I did have a session with a personal trainer that I was considering as a coach that I paid $40 because we had agreed to do like a per diem, so every time that we met. But it didn't feel like it was for me. And that's me. I'm very independent. I like people to maybe give me a workout and I'll do it. When someone is trying to push me, I feel like I don't push myself as hard. I push myself harder on my own. So then what I did was I bought a guide online, which was $40. And then I also later subscribed to Lane Norton's workout builder, and so then that was my last about 5 weeks in workouts. Really, guys, though, the workouts, if you work out already and you have a pretty good knowledge about it and what areas you need to build on for bikini or any other areas, I can't say, I would figure you would probably want to get a coach that knows a lot, because I don't think I could have done like a figure competition on my own. But overall, I think if you have good knowledge base on workouts and you can kind of guide that for yourself, that is something you could cut out. If you know nothing then I would definitely say you need a coach. For my macros, I used Avatar Nutrition, and prior to that, I kind of just followed macros that I would make up for myself here and there, but I didn't really follow them, especially fat grams. Carbs are named as like, oh, go low carb and that's how you lose weight. And honestly, what it really was for me was really cutting out my fat. To give you guys an idea, I think Avatar had me at about like 30 to 60 grams of fat. Like, well, at the beginning of my prep, probably about 60 grams, and now about 30 grams of fat. And I was probably eating about 90 to 100 and something before Avatar, because I wasn't looking at that. And because society and the news and the media blows up carbs as being the evil, makes you fat, and really it's really not carbs. It's everything you eat. Everything you eat turns into sugar. So it doesn't matter if it's protein, fat, or carbs. Your body will turn anything that's excess into its food source, which is sugar. So everything will turn into sugar. So if you're overeating in any of those three areas, it's going to, make you maintain your weight or gain weight. And so for me, I was literally just maintaining my weight, and that's that I was eating healthy. And so and I say healthy because I was a lot more strict with myself prior to Avatar. I really wouldn't have as many cookies or cake or ice cream. And during this prep, I've had everything except for a burger, because burgers have too much fat in them. And I haven't decided my meal, my post-show meal. I really want a burger, but I'm really scared that it'll make my stomach hurt and make me feel really bad afterwards. So I think I may do some dabbling of everything. Like I said, I haven't really decided that yet. So let's see. So I didn't pay for a coach, but recommended if you don't have knowledge of workouts. Definitely would recommend it for figure and all those others. Those are just too much skill and knowledge needed for those, I believe. For nutrition, if you have a coach, some coaches are great at that and they're knowledgeable and they're able to assist you with that. But honestly, like, if I were to do it again and I was getting a coach, I would still do Avatar Nutrition, because they have a artificial intelligence algorithm that is calculating it for you. The coaches may be great and be able to do something like that for you, but this is a computer. I mean, the computer is going to outbeat a human 100%. And so let's see, of course you're going to have to spend money on a bikini. I was trying to find one for about $100. I ended up spending, I think, about $200 on it. It's really nice and blingy, so it met my needs. That is still somewhat in the lower end, because there's some bikinis that are ridiculous. So just shop around, look around, try to find someone local. That's what I did. And let's see what else. I bought my shoes through Amazon. Make sure when you buy your shoes that if you're short like myself, to get 5-inch heels. I initially bought the 4-inch heels thinking I wanted to be more comfortable, and my posing coach was the same person that I use as that one personal training. She was like, no, you need to get higher shoes, you're already short, so you need to be able to be taller, and that 1 inch makes a difference, and it really does. So unfortunately I did buy 2 pairs of shoes, but Amazon has great prices on the LA clear shoes, so definitely go look on Amazon and see. I purchased the same size of shoe that I normally wear, and if you think about it, you're going to be losing weight, so your feet should lose weight, so everything should be okay. If the shoes are too small, do not stress out. Let them get a little warm, and you should be able to stretch them out since it's plastic. Just probably don't put too much heat on them, but that is one way to make the shoes widen up a little. I don't have anything to say about tanning because I haven't done it yet. This was my first time, but I did buy the Pro Tan do-it-yourself kit, and that was with a discount $30-something, and I bought Bikini Bite, so it would have been a little bit cheaper, but I bought the Bikini Bite and then I paid for shipping because it was under $50. So I think that was like $30-something, which is way cheaper than going to the show tanners, which are $150. The posing coach, she recommended doing it myself. She saw that it's very easy and that it will come out better than the show tanners, because the show tanners have to do a lot of people and it's rushed, and this way I could do it at home the day before, a couple of layers, and then the morning of. So so that's my plan. We'll see how that goes. Hopefully it's fine, and honestly, if something messes up, it probably was going to mess up anyway, and why pay $150 for something that runs the risk of getting messed up really easily. This is my first show. I'm not a professional. I'm not going to win anything. So really trying to remind myself about that, and that this is the best shape I've ever been. And you got to remember, you got to remind yourself of that. You know, it's not about winning. I mean, I would love to come out in first place. I would love to. But if I don't, I'm going to know that maybe that person looked that much leaner, that much better. But that's not a reflection of me and my hard work and how awesome I look. You know, I'm 33, about to be 34. My category has a lot of young ladies, so I know I'm a young lady too. But when it comes to the body and everything, of course, they have the advantage. Now, I've had a child, I work full time, I also go to school, so I have a lot of things going on, so I know that I did my best, and I know that I look my best. Now, that's not to say that I'm perfect or that I don't have room for improvement, because there's plenty of room for improvement, but just to say that I want to embrace this, that right now this is the best I have ever looked. What else? What other costs? So I have to pay for a lie detector test. That's $50. The cost of the show is normally $90. I found like a discount at one day, and so then I paid $60, so that saved me money. Okay, I don't know what happened. So the video cut out. So what I was saying was that NPC has reasons for their processes, but you know, it can get really complicated, especially if it's your first show, and if you're doing it on your own, you may want to find a federation that is smaller, and definitely I would consider more natural, because you know, for me it's like, why would you want to put all these chemicals? Why would you want to be showing a healthy looking body, but you're taking all these supplements and fat burners and artificial things that are just quick fixes? And so, you know, just think of those things. Think of the reasons why you want to do it. Now, if you want to lose weight, and this is not probably something you should do, I do want to say that I was like a size 4 when I started, weighing about 127 pounds, and now I'm about 111, and I'm like under size 0. So if you are larger than like a size 4, I'm not saying that it's impossible, just saying that, you know, it's perspective. Everything on camera looks bigger. You know, I may not look as small as I am, but I am pretty small. None of my clothes fits me right now, and I don't know what's going to happen after the show. My plan is to reverse and hopefully not lose a lot of my leanness. That's not to say that I'm not going to get bigger, so we'll see how that goes. I could go on forever and ever, but I won't. I just wanted to give you guys an update. I will try to document these last few days a lot better than I have weekly. I know that I haven't kept up with those. It's just hard with so many things going on. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I also write a blog, so you guys can go and check that out. I might have more information on there. And then my Instagram, I'm always posting pictures on there. every day because I love doing social media. I know that's not for everybody, and I do it for myself because I find it fun. So I wanted to show you guys. So this is what I look like. This is like no pump. This is regular. During the show, of course, I'm gonna do some pumping to kind of get my abs pumped. I'll do a little pump right here so you can see the difference. So this is abs, no pump. I'm really proud of myself. And so a quick little ab pump. So not sure if you guys can see the difference. There's like a little bit. And so there you can see. And you know, it's really hard to tell because it's lighting, you know, tanning, everything makes a big difference. And there's just so many other things that I could go on and on about. I know the camera's probably not showing my whole head, so I apologize for that. I hope that this was informational. Show day is very detailed on how to eat, how to pump, and those things I just researched online and I created something for myself. I will post that on my blog if you're interested in looking at that. Definitely, if you're doing it by yourself, do a lot of research, reading, and whatever you find online, tailor to yourself because everyone is different. Like for myself, I found that I really need to keep my fats low to reduce bloating. If I have too much fat, I retain water versus if I have too much carbs. And so like today it's going to be a really balanced out day, and then tomorrow my carbs will go down just a tiny bit from my current macros. And then on show day, I haven't fully planned out the details of it. I was going to be reducing some percentages, so I have to see how I decide to do that. And then and that's just really like for before. So I mean, of course, after the show, it's going to be lots of goodies to be eating. If you have any questions, feel free to DM me.